What's up everyone? Today I'll be sharing with you my Ned rigging tip. And as you can see here, I added some hackle on my Ned Rig Jig here. This one is the VMC rugby jig. You guys could use your traditional mushroom head jigs like this right here from VMC as well. And the reason why I like to add hackle to my jig is because during the winter time, a couple things. One, I like to use more natural colors, which is why you see I have a green pumpkin soft plastic bait here, as well as a green pumpkin jig head. In the wintertime, the water is so much clearer, so I like to use natural colors, but sometimes the natural colors, it's just a little too dull. Normally in summertime, in situations like that, I like to add, let's say, a color dye, like a chartreuse spike it on a tail. But unfortunately, because it's wintertime, adding color to tail, sometimes it's just too much motion. Now, if you put it in the front, like if you dye the head right here, now it's gonna be a lot less because, again, most of the motion is always gonna be at the tail. And anything near the jig head where it pivots is a lot less motion. Although adding dye to your soft plastic is an alternative way in doing this, I like adding hackle because the hackle could actually move. You know, it's very subtle, and I think it's a deadly technique, a deadly way to do any sort of cold water fishing is you gotta add some hair to it. So yeah, in this video I'm gonna show you exactly what you need to do in order to do this. So what you need here today to make your own hackle jig, your favorite jig, and I'm gonna use the Finesse rugby jig right now. Take one of these guys, put it in my vise. You're gonna need some thread, and of course you need a bunch of hackle, and I got chartreuse. First thing you want to do is build some thread on your shank. Trim off the excess. Next, grab a hackle. Stroke the feathers back just a little bit. Okay. Then you take this hackle and start wrapping around the shank. Every one turn or so, you want to stroke the feather back a little bit more. Stroke it back this way as well, because you don't want the feather to just land on top of the other feathers. You don't want the stem of the feather to land on top of these small little fibers. Now, I usually do about half a dozen or so. It really depends on your fiber, your length of fiber, and also the head of your jig. Like this is a small jig, I have a bigger jig head here. If you guys take a look at my other jig, this jig is a lot bigger, so I wanted big, longer feathers. But since it's a Finesse one, a smaller one, I'm gonna use less. Again, try to make sure your feathers are not on each other too hard. You guys always use a toothbrush to brush the hair out and get some of the trapped fibers out. So this is what you want to do. You take a line, wrap it around your feather twice, nice and secure. Then you want to stroke your feathers back just a little bit again. And then what I like to do is I take the feather and I take the bobbin, your thread, and wrap it around the feather twice, like that. And actually pull it on top onto the hook. Wrap it 3 more times to secure that down in there. Then carefully trim the excess off. There it goes. All right. Then do a couple more wraps from here. If you got whip finish too, use your whip finish tool. Do basically it's a bunch of half hitches over and over again. One, I like to do a few times. And I pull it down, make sure it's nice and tight. I'm not gonna add any glue to this because it's so close to the head of my jig and I don't want the glue to mess up any of the hair, so I do a couple times, wiggle it a few times, and there you have it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tip. If so, please give me a like. Consider subscribing for more tips on my fishing channel. Thanks for watching. Until next time, tight lines.